People, we are back. The Waffle Don is back from his fantastic vacation, vlogging all over the world. We are back to talk some Premier League football, what's left of it, and some FA Cup semis. We got likes of Palace and Forest and Villa and City having a weekend out at Wembley. And I'm not gonna lie, my bro, I'm a little jealous. That we're not involved.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
If we was involved, we probably won't be involved in the quarter-final or the semi-finals of the Champions League now. So, although yes, it would have been nice to go on a FA Cup run. You know, Champions League is where we're at right now.
It seems like forever that we've had a proper FA Cup. We've done better in the EFL than as of late. That by itself is an indictment on how stagnant we've become. You know, that's our cup, that's our trophy. That's the only trophy we've ever won back to back. You know.
I know. You know the funny thing is as well. Yeah, when Arteta won that cup, you would have thought, you know what, this is my go-to every season because I've won it. This is the only cup I have in my history of managing, you know, a club. Forget about the Community Shields, that doesn't count. But he only on his CV has an FA Cup to his name. So you would think, maybe I want to win this more and more and more. Obviously, there's the Prem and there's the Champions League, but that should be your go-to in the FA Cup because you've won it before. You've experienced that win.
Yeah. And he saw what that did to the fan base. That's why they love him.
Exactly.
The ones that still are just backing him to the mountains and back. This is why they love him. This is why they love you, bro. And you have been piss poor, getting knocked out to Southampton, and I don't know what's worse, getting knocked out to Southampton that year or getting knocked out to this version of Manchester United. This version.
The Man United one hurts me, man. Because you've seen their league, you've seen them in the league. They've just been rubbish, and we just allowed. And the worst thing is, they went down to 10 men.
Yeah,
and we couldn't even beat them.
Yeah, and we were the home team. We were the home team, my bro, and they went down to 10, and we couldn't do it. So that when I reflect on that game, I've said this in a short that's on YouTube. I was like, in this PSG tie in the Champions League, yeah, bro, we have to win the game. We cannot go to penalties with David Raya, bro.
Oh no, he's already moved.
We cannot go to pens with this brother because it's to the point where if you are a penalty taker and you do not score against David Raya, you should not be allowed to take another penalty because you pretty much just have to wait, pause for a second, and pass the ball into the net.
Yeah.
Down the middle or the side that he didn't go to. And you will have
little jink.
Yeah, it is bad. So we absolute must. So we face a situation. We have many teams below us going to Wembley this weekend, and the team above us going to win the Premier League this weekend with 80 points, bro. They need 80 points to clinch the league. So we racked up 89. And this is what annoys me when people gives me these stats about how many points we racked up in the calendar year. Right? From January or from the title running last year until this point.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
It means absolutely nothing because 80 points is the magic number. 80 points. And that's assuming it doesn't even matter because 80 points is the magic number because we can only get to 79.
And the thing is, if you look at currently the two games that we have, that actually I'm concerned about three games because Bournemouth ain't no slouches.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Bournemouth might be, on holidays, but I think they still give us a good game at the Emirates. They still come to give us a good game, and they're tricky. They are a tricky team. They got some good, really good players. So Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Newcastle are very, very tricky games. So we might all end up under Man City because Man City's fixtures, they look good, and Pep seems to be happy now. Him and his wife seems to be concealing. They're reconciling now.
Oh, happy,
Yeah. So a happy Pep this time. Next season he's coming back for that smoke.
bro. And that's the thing. I was just thinking about it the other day. I was like, okay, Arsenal's like, okay, we're not gonna draw 13 games next year. Maybe not, because it's been a record. It's been a record for these draws. And we're looking at Liverpool, but bro, we need to understand that Man City will not sit on their hands next season.
Oh hell no,
They will
hell
be
no,
back. They will be back.
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
matter of fact, what Man City are doing right now, they're having their preseason in the middle of the season with the new guys. Right, Marmoush is getting used to the rhythm, and they have Erling Haaland and the best midfielder, Ballon d'Or winner, to come back into their midfield.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah. So these men lost
Oh,
their Ballon d'Or winner and could finish above us and win a trophy. So it's not that, bro. That's why this Champions League thing is such a massive thing, because the situation that we're in, either we win the biggest trophy in club football or nothing at all.
mm,
That's a massive drop off, bro. We're not talking about Man City winning the FA Cup or nothing. If any club can have a year off, it's them, right? There's a reason why no one has ever won 4 Premier League titles in a row. It's tough, bro. It's very difficult. You know, in Arsene Wenger's best years, in his first 10 years, we never retained a Premier League title, let alone do a 3-peat,
nah.
4-peat. You know them ones. So, bro, like, Manchester City will be back. Let me get into this chat and big up Bluebird. Said he missed this too. Yeah, Bluebird, we are back.
You are Bluebird, man.
Had to let the Waffle Don enjoy his time in.
Bro, I was available, just
Yeah, yeah.
evenings. I mean, all even during some of the days.
Yeah, I had
I
to
was available sometimes, man.
enjoy the vlogs. Plus, the games were dead anyway, except for the Real Madrid tie. Alvin, big up BBK and As, big up to you, bro. Representing Brooklyn, we got AFC. Big up
My
AFC
guy.
every single
Guy.
time. The way Arteta disrespected the cup competition is a disgrace. Yeah, bro.
I totally agree with him.
And the fact that like you said, bro, he wanted to start his Arsenal reign is a bigger disgrace. Big up to Sabi Pinky. Big up to the panel. Thank you, baby girl. Big up from Maryland. I know you're watching from the great state of Maryland. Check in later. We'll chat. Man, like Gary. Big up to Gary
Yeah,
for
man.
tweet. Always showing support. I appreciate you. Yeah, bro. We won't finish with 78 points, 79 points. I think we'll be lucky with 70, which I think will wrap up Champions League.
What we got at the moment? 66.
67?
66.
67.
67.
Yeah.
So one more win.
Yeah, so we go to Anfield. That's not a win. We got Newcastle. We haven't beaten them in ages. Haven't even scored a goal against them in the past 3 games.
Stop there, BBK. 1 minute, yeah. 1 minute. Look at what you just said. We go to Anfield and we won't get a win. This is the mentality of us right now. So Liverpool can win the league still, yeah, but still we can't beat them because you think we've won the league, we don't care. You can do whatever you want, beat us or whatever. They still won't allow us because they have pride in their record against us. So we won't be going there to smash them up. Yeah. And we probably won't be winning because that mentality, until we start beating Liverpool at home, yeah, I can't see us getting this. I can't see us winning a league title.
Yeah. We have. I remember last year, and Big Steve, Rodri, a couple of people have said it when we drew 0-0 at the Etihad.
Oh yeah.
And they said the mentality of the Arsenal fan base and their team was to come here and get a draw. They didn't come here to win,
Mm.
and because we tried to spin it. I remember Turkish tried to spin it. I remember Big Curtis tried to spin it, saying a point at away at City is not a bad point, and I hear that. I can hear that argument. But now that time has passed and we have looked, and we've new information has arisen since then. And bro, I must say they were onto something. They had a point. They may have been right because had we went there and won, the mentality of the club might have been different. Because had we won that game, we win the league. Where we went there for the
Yeah,
nil. If we win
the
that game, we're not
confidence.
talking about losing to Villa at home. We win that game, we win the league. And it seems like this year the mentality was a little different when we went to Etihad because we were actually leading and lost the game at the final kickoff a set piece. Fair enough. But last year, that mentality should have been there last year when we went there and played for a draw. You know what I mean? And prior to us getting that draw, we hadn't beaten Man City at the Emirates convincingly in a long time since the 5-1 has
I've
blown
won,
the
yeah.
doors off of it, but it's been ages. It was pretty much 6 points. Man
Do you
City
know
would
where
have
this?
us at 6 points.
Do you know where this stemmed from as well? It stems from where we had an FA Cup tie at the Etihad, and we was the better team. I think it was 20. Was it 2023? Was it the first season that we was going for the league?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
2023. Yeah,
it was
2023
1-0.
season.
Nathan Ake scored. That won. What was
Yeah,
that? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But we were really good up to that point, and we went into that game quite. I would say a few first teamers, but we should have won that game because
Hmm.
that would have also, you know, cemented us as the better team that season. But once again, this manager sometimes I don't know if he's a op or something because when it comes to City, he seems to just. It just seems to just. I don't know, man. It's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's jarring, bro.
How can you beat a team 5-1 and there's nothing. You celebrate that win for that game, and then it's nothing. It's nothing. It's on to the next one. There's no there's no victory lap at the end of it.
Yeah.
We beat them 5-1 this season. Can you remember that? 5-1.
Yeah.
What have we got to?
Yeah.
Unless we win this Champions League, what have we got to say? Oh, we got the 5-1 trophy against City this season.
Hmm. You know what annoys me most about this season, about the 13 draws and counting, because I think we will draw 2 more games.
Oh no,
I really do. I really think we draw 2 more.
that's oh
What annoys me most about the draws is that we have at least half of them. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I know at least half of them we drew from winning positions. So we were winning the game with the best defense in the league 2 years in a row. I don't expect us to be dropping points from a winning position. And it's 13, so let's cut it in half and be generous and call it 6. Let's not even say 7. Let's call it 6. You win 6 of those, bro. We're right there, right there. We're on 70 something, and Liverpool is not even thinking about lifting a trophy this weekend. They're thinking about battering Tottenham to stay in the
mm,
top place.
mm. But don't you think as well that, and I'm just thinking like aloud that remember your forwards are your best form, your first form of your defense.
Mm-hmm.
If we had a better attack, maybe there's an argument we would have probably scored more goals, seen out the game, because as you said, we had a great defense. So that pressure on midfield and defense, must have been telling. It's been telling this season, and the stats don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, team gets a chance against Arsenal, they score. Maybe if we went in a winning position, the pressure's too much because the forwards we have are not very good enough. They can't hold up the ball. I remember there's a few chances. I think Trossard, Havertz had as well, that could have won games. or could have finalized the victory, and he missed. Good chances. So it just goes to show you, yeah, what quality you need up top. You need a gunman,
Yeah,
Gandinero, whatever you want to call him, yeah. You
yeah,
need a gunman up top.
yeah, that's a great point.
Mm,
That's a great point, man. Because even if you have bad decisions go against you, even if you have a bozo moment in your team, if you have a good attack, instead of drawing the game 2-2, you win the game 4-1. And the mistake was that 4-1 or
This is
that
what Liverpool been doing all season.
yeah,
This is what Liverpool and they've been blowing away teams
yeah, yeah,
early in the
yeah,
game. So they
yeah,
just have just like, you know what, second half, let's just
yeah,
do our thing. Obviously, there's been a couple of teams that's given them a few scares, but
yeah.
with Liverpool, have you noticed, BBK, that you expect them to win? You might be watching the game, it's 1-1, and like, do you know what? I know Liverpool are going to score. They're going to score in the next minute.
Yeah,
It's 2-1.
yeah, facts. That's big facts. But yeah, the idea that Liverpool haven't had bad decisions to go against them or haven't had mistakes. It's not true, but yeah, like you said, bro, their attack is just good that it just overshadows it. Yeah, you win the game 4-1, but when your attack is dead, that one mistake turns the game into 2-2, and you have nothing.
Mm,
And once a team like Palace gets motivated and has something to play for, something to defend, it's very hard to break them down with our attack. It's easier for us to break down teams in Europe than it
mm,
is for us to break down teams in the Premier League because the PSGs and the Real Madrids of the world don't do this 2 banks to 5 stuff. In
yeah,
the Premier League, it's completely different. Big up to the assembled
big
top
up
guy,
the team.
always here supporting, man. Big up, man. Big up to you, my bro. OG, big up to man like Static.
Be static.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, my bro. Hope you are well. Slim Handle. We're in the same points per game as the 2013-14 Atletico Madrid. Wow.
Big up Slim Handle, man.
And Slim Handle here dropping the nugget.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, like and subscribe, man. Make sure you're watching. People go over. People, Brother Abs is 1 subscriber away from 600. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think so.
yeah. So if you're not subscribed, and you're one of my viewers, make sure you go over to Waffle TV. I'll put his channel here in the title here in a minute. Make sure you go over there and subscribe and get my brother to 600. I want Arteta going even if he wins the Champions League. Nah, but we know that's gonna buy him 2 years.
Do you know what? AFC's talking for me, man. So I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything, but AFC's talking for me.
Yeah, because the thing is, if it sounds hyperbolic and sounds like a hot take, but the thing is, if you look at his tenure over 5-6 years, even if he wins this Champions League, he's what, 2 of 18? Out of the 18 trophies that you were able to compete for, you won 2 of them. Not just football. Take that away from football, bro. In any other business, any other walk of life, that is a.
But he can dine on that forever, though. That Champions League, he will be remembered forever for winning that Champions League.
Oh, why? But why us though? Because we've seen other clubs, big clubs, win Champions Leagues and big trophies and still sack the manager because they know.
Yeah.
There are so many cracks there, bro. We are smart enough football people. We are smart enough business people. We're not going to let this one trophy paper over all these cracks that are going to set us back 4 or 5 years if we keep you on board. Because what's going to happen is we're going to lose key players. Young players aren't going to develop, and then we're going to burn out the couple of good ones that we do have, aka Wanyeri, right? Because I don't understand how Sterling is getting minutes over our academy kid who has shown so much promise.
Sterling's a myth. I believe that we've had a nightmare and we're still in the nightmare, and Sterling's part of that nightmare. He's the the clown in that It film. He's the guy that he's still there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's Freddy Krueger settings. He's just there. I don't believe this guy is playing for Arsenal still. I just can't believe this guy gets picked ahead of Wanyeri.
Yeah.
And this is why when you look at like comments like this from AFC Always is everywhere, you can't really be too down on him when he says things like that, because it's the decisions this guy makes. He has some genius moments, yeah, like the Real Madrid's game and stuff like that, Man City, etc. And then he has bozo. The manager can be a bozo as well. Yeah, like we talk about players being bozo, but Arteta has that bozo gene in him as well. You know, obviously you can't control the players and what they do on the pitch, but he can also because when Saliba was doing that passing or he wasn't too sure what he was doing, yeah, I'm
Hmm.
sure he's been coached into play like that. Don't hoof it out, keep control of the ball, keep it along the ground, you know. But when I grew up, and you should know this as well, he never played the ball across the defense like that. Never. It has to be
Never,
that way or that way. It's never right in the center. So I don't know what these guys are being coached on. They obviously the coaches know more than me. So yeah, that's
bro.
my
The image of our captain in that play. There's a still photo of that play, right?
yeah.
The image of our captain falling back, begging for mercy like a Mitch.
He must have.
I won't
He
say the
must have.
B word. I'll say a Mitch on his back while Mateta is chipping the ball into, bro. That image, I cannot get it out my head. Our captain.
You know what that image? You know what that reminds me of. Yeah, like like you got the geek walking down the road, yeah, and you
Yeah.
see a big road man coming down the road, and man just looks shook, fall back. It reminded me of that. It was a total mismatch, man. It was a total mismatch. Odegaard was not. There was there was nothing coming from that man. I'm telling you,
Why was
Odegaard
he
was.
even there? Why was he next to our center back? Our attacking midfielder, our number 10. Why was he there? Why was he our deepest player?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Where was Kivior, man? Even though he had a good game, where was he?
oh, God, yeah, bro. That was I cannot get the image out my head. And it's just a bad it's just a bad look, bro. Like, no, come on, man. Stay on your feet, bro. Man, just brush you off like you're like piece of paper. Big up to the assembled again. Arsenal are a moments team. One time the team has consistency, we lost the 8-point lead. His mentality is fatigued after doing the best he can wasn't good enough. This is why he hasn't progressed. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Now, hopefully, he has two more big moments left in him.
Mm.
Need a big moment next Tuesday, and we need a big moment in the final. Because I think if we blitz PSG in the first leg the way we did PSV and in Madrid, I think we'll be okay away at Paris. But brother Abs, I gotta ask you, going into
Mm.
this tie against PSG, right? Where there's no Partey and Marino is a doubt, right? Who? How big is that?
Marino's a doubt now.
Yeah, he's a doubt. He wasn't even in the squad against Palace, and
Oh,
hearing, I think he will play because I think our manager does this weird things where he tries to play mind games
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah. Trust with mind games.
Yeah. But if he doesn't play, I don't know what goes on in midfield because I think what he will do is just drop Moreno in the midfield for Partey and play Trossard through the middle. But if Moreno is injured or Moreno has some issue that keeps him out, who's our third midfielder next to Odegaard and Rice? It's long, bro. It's long.
Well, for me, it's either Zinchenko or Wanyeri. Who else? Who else am I? You thinking of Jorginho?
Jorginho's out for the season, bro.
Oh yeah, he's injured.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's long. It is long, bro.
Why can't we drop Odegaard into that eighth spot and put Wanyeri as the 10?
Yeah, well, this is why he gets paid 50 million pounds, bro. He this is when you earn your money, bro. If everything is going well and everyone was fit, I could stand on the sideline and pick a lineup.
Mm,
This is when you get paid, the coach, right? Like I am the senior maintenance tech at my job, right? So when
mm.
something really bad happens, all the junior guys come to me and be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
man, I fix this."
yeah,
So yeah, bro, this is a problem that you have to solve because
100%.
what I don't want and what we don't need is to having to go to Paris and win.
Mm.
know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just
no, no, we have to win at home. Yeah, we.
yeah,
I don't even think a draw does us any
yeah.
good either.
I
I think
don't,
we have to win.
I don't, I really don't
I
because
think Partey's a very big miss, because he's
oh
been dictating games recently for us as well.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's why Declan Rice was so pissed off when he picked up that yellow against Madrid. Did you see Declan Rice on
Yeah,
Blue?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Because
yeah,
Declan himself knows how important Partey is to his play. He can do those
yeah.
gut busting runs and get out of position because he knows Partey is the most press resistant midfielder.
Why did
Without
you have to
Partey,
get that yellow, man? Seriously, Rudiger just got into his head, innit?
yeah. So it's gonna be long, but that's it. If our league form going into Champions League games or any indicators of how we're gonna perform, we should beat PSG because we were dead against Forest. Then we went to PSV and had a record night. But that was the most goals ever scored in an away Champions League knockout game ever. Right. And then we put another dead performance in 1-1 versus Everton. Then we went and blitzed Real Madrid. Dead performance against Brentford at the Emirates. And then we went to the Bernabeu and win. So if they have a switch that they are flipping midweek for Champions League games, fair play. But the games get harder as you progress through the Champions League. And if we get by PSG, there were two giants on the other side of that bracket with championship ready
Mm,
waiting on us.
mm.
So even if we have to realize that we we haven't won anything yet. The Madrid thing was great, but essentially we're at the same point now that we were in the EFL Cup. The
You know the worst thing for me though, BBK, yeah, is that we're losing too many players, man. Like Partey out now, you know, Gabriel out, you know, is Saka 100% right now.
Yeah, he's clearly not. Clearly
It,
not.
it just seems that we're just there's always seems to be some type some there always seems to be some challenge that is hindering us. I think Partey I think Partey is the big one,
It's massive.
I think this Partey being out the first game either makes us or breaks us. I'll be honest with you, because Partey controls that midfield. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
he dictates the midfield. Not Odegaard, it's Partey that pulls the strings. And I'm just a bit worried in this game because Declan Rice is not a dictator. Declan Rice, yes, he can see danger. Yes, he can tackle. Yes, he can intercept and stuff like that. But then, are we missing something going forward from Declan Rice now? Because, are we just going to just rely on set pieces in this game for him to score, another worldy free kick? I don't know. I really don't know with this team now what the outcome's going to be on Tuesday. Are we playing on adrenaline? Are we playing on confidence? Partey for me is a massive, massive miss in the first leg for me. I
Yeah,
can't keep stressing it. I can't keep talking about it.
yeah, yeah. He's a massive miss. So much so that it might be a built-in excuse already going to be used by top gooners. We didn't have Partey. We didn't have this guy. We didn't have that guy. We didn't have this guy.
Mm,
But either way, bro, we must.
mm.
Tim Handle says so many at home as well. Brighton, Villa, Brentford, Palace. Yeah, bro, too many draws. Too many draws. I mean, we drew Everton home and away. Forget Fulham in there.
Wow,
Man United, we drew to them. You know,
Bournemouth. Bournemouth beat us, didn't they?
yeah, Bournemouth beat us convincingly at the
King
Vitality.
Power,
Yeah,
King Power State.
they beat us fair and square, bro. Stephen Handel said we gotta just do something before Saliba and Gabriel get bored. Yeah, bro, we have to. These men need to start showing armpits
Mm.
ASAP. Big up to Godfrey.
Big up,
God,
Godfrey.
appreciate your support. I hope you are well, my bro. Godfrey bringing up the chat as always. The assembled say AFC exactly, but the truth gets nowhere with this present regime. Nothing is going.
To change.
This Bertha appointment is just gaslighting, as Arteta will be given the power. So we will know this answer this summer, right? Because
I think Butter's on smoke,
yeah, because I've
Might be
seen
wrong. Yeah.
yeah, I've seen Bertha. They put the cameras on him, and he doesn't look happy, bro.
Nah.
That he looks down and was like, nah, I don't like this. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like that my damn goalkeeper is right next to the center back. You know, bro, like, always out of position, bro. His position awareness has just been poor, and he's been getting exposed. Where Mateta can come out in a press conference afterwards and be like, we knew he would be there. We knew he'd be high." And
Whoa.
said that in the press conference, bro. So as soon as he wanted the ball, he didn't even look up. He knew where the goal was. Have a go.
What's PSG going to be thinking now? Minute you get a chance, let's lob it.
Yeah, yeah, bro. So I don't. We must win the game, bro. We must win. We must win. We need more ruthless owners like Roman, bro. Roman came and upset the apple cart, bro.
I know,
Roman
man.
came and just threw the league on its head for 20 years. For 20 years.
Craziness.
Yeah. But bro, it seems like it's Liverpool winning the league and everyone else is a cup team because unfortunately Liverpool are at all the cups, right? So
Yeah.
everyone else is jockeying for cups.
Yeah.
So who do you think is gonna be in the FA Cup final? We got
So which teams we do you know what? First and foremost, yeah, Man City. You have to beat Man City in it. That's all I got to say because, as I said, a rejuvenated Pep misses back on the scene.
mm,
Teams playing well, getting their little wins last minute against Villa. That's all. That's just gonna just create confidence that around Man City again. Remember, Man City are not a dead team.
oh
They
far
may
from
have had a bad season.
it,
Not
bro.
they still set the bar for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So my favourites are gonna be Man City straight away.
Yeah. So they have Forest.
Yeah, I think they beat Forest, man.
They beat
I think
Forest.
they beat Forest. I think where is that? Is that at City's ground?
That's at Wembley. Both games are at Wembley.
Oh, is that Wembley? Is that Wembley, innit?
Yeah.
Ooh, taste. This could be a tasty match then.
Yeah.
Because Forest, they got some good players, man. They got some good
Some good
wingers.
players. Their
Got some
fans
good
travel
players.
well. Their fans travel very well.
But
Yes.
Forest don't go to Wembley that much
Mhm.
in recent years. How many of their players have, been to Wembley? City have the experience. They have, well, they lost to Man United last season, but City have the know-how, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would love an upset. But I just think that I think Man City would have too much. Is Haaland injured? Is he injured or is he back?
Yeah, Holland is out.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Do you know what? It's an interesting game, It's an
Yeah.
interesting game, but I think City will win like a 2-1 or something. I think it'd be a close game. I can't see Forest winning that, to be honest.
So I watched Forest last week against Tottenham, and they have this style where they play where they have the ball. We trust our defense. We're real because they do have a good defense.
Yeah.
And if they do that against Manchester City and let Man City have 60-70% possession of the ball, they're in trouble. They're going to be because these Man City players can be ruthless. I think I think Forest is gonna let Man City have too much of the ball, and I think it's gonna be one of them ones where City just have too much for them. That Wembley pitch is massive.
Yeah, Stan City like big pitches, and you know what?
Yeah.
I think players like Marmoush and stuff. Yeah, if you give him like a chance, like give him space, to shoot. He could be dangerous as well.
Yeah. I think City will just have too much for him. I'm going City 3-0.
Woo!
Yeah, I think City smell blood. They know this is their only chances of silverware, and they want to win this trophy. They know they let that one slip last year against Man United, but that was after they had won the league title. Got a little complacent, But yeah, I think they win this one. I would love an upset, like you said. I would absolutely love an upset because I think Nuno gets an honorary shot for man. But I think I think City actually do them. The other leg, we got Villa, Palace on the other side.
Oh, interesting game. I think Palace beat Villa in the league this season, didn't they?
Oh, Palace have beaten them in the league and in the cup. Palace
Ooh.
have beaten them the last 3 times they played. So in the league, Palace have beaten them 4-1. They drew 2-2 in the other game at Villa Park in the league. And in the EFL Cup, Palace beat them 2-1. So Palace has had a good record against Villa.
Yeah. Mm.
Had a very good record.
That's an interesting game, you know, because Emery does have the propensity to mess things up, isn't it? To overthink.
Yeah.
He's a bit like Arteta in his thinking, isn't it? You know, like the substitution he makes at times and stuff like that. Rashford be able to play. Rashford can play that game, can't he?
Yeah. He can play.
Yeah, yeah, he'd be able to play that. Maybe Villa. Maybe Villa win this time. I think it'd be a good game. I'm gonna go for 3-1 Villa.
Beyond Villa. Yeah, the Unai Emery tax is real, man. It's a real thing. I seen this man last week. I seen him put Axel Disasi at right back to play against Jeremy Doku. Ollie Watkins is your main man last year, scored 20 Premier League goals. Rashford comes in and is starting Premier League games over him and all that. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Unai Emery does do weird things. And I'm going to give some respect to Oliver Glasner. He has been doing a good job after
Oliver
losing arguably his
Glasner.
best player to Bayern Munich last year.
Mm.
They're doing well. They're absolutely doing well, man. I actually think Villa do a madness. I mean, Palace actually do a madness. I think Palace get to their first cup final. It might be their first cup final.
Listen, when it comes to repping ends and stuff, yeah, obviously, you know what, I want Palace to do something in it. The only person though that's gonna have chest though is that D guy from Palace, man. But do you know what? I don't care about him. Obviously, you know, Palace seem to hate us for some reason. I don't know why. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We know about your
Yeah, right
legend.
tax.
Yeah, Ian Wright and Mark Bright. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's that Italian brother that used to play for them as well back in the day as well. Can't remember his name, but you know what I mean. We've got respect for Crystal Palace, man. You know what I mean. Obviously, my dad used to live down them ends as well, just round the corner. So yeah, man. I want Palace to actually go to the final and win, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game for them.
Yeah, I think Palace win. I think Palace win 1-0.
Mm.
I think Palace. Because I remember Palace, when Patrick Vieira was their manager, they did get to a semi-final
Yeah,
against Chelsea.
You can't see Villa scoring, no.
Yeah, I just think that Palace will stink it out. They'll stink it out. They make it a dirty game, and they'll score first and just frustrate the shit out of Villa for the remaining 30, 40 minutes, whatever is left in the game. But either way, I think they go lose to Man City in the final. But I do think they get past Villa. Now, if Villa does get by, I think Villa has a better chance of beating Man City.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Villa seem to. I don't know that game against City, man.
City? Yeah.
Just told me everything. That game just told me everything. You know, they look good in parts of the game, but can they see it out against against a City team that, as you said, if they've got possession, there's every chance, because Martinez as well, he's got a bozo moment in him as well. Martinez as well. The defense, Tyrone Mings, he's got a bozo moment in him. So I just don't see anyone beating City right now. I can't see anyone beating City.
Yeah. City definitely favorites to winning, right? But in a final one-off game, Unai Emery might, because McGinn, Asensio, Rashford on his day, they have good players. It's just putting it all together. Sometimes Unai Emery overthinks it, just like you said. But yeah, big up man like Godfrey against it. Ethan is definitely pissed. He's not even touching the pitch in the use. Yeah, bro, 5-1 at the Bernabeu, and you can't touch the pitch for your development, bro. Just for that aura to touch some grass at the Bernabeu, the biggest stadium in Europe, where all the heritage is. This is management. This is part of man management, and the players remember these things, man. They remember.
Yeah, don't remember.
We had it out for him. AFC against it. Sterling needs to get out what he has done for the corner flag and move. Send him. AFC is mad. What is Sterling's purpose? He's like Tottenham. Like, what's his purpose?
They're
He has
wages.
no purpose.
I need a fork.
He has absolutely no purpose. Let me just go ahead and mute Brother Abs real quick while he talks to his fam. Absolutely has no purpose. Now, one thing, if there's one thing that Enzo Maresca got right this year, even if they don't make a Champions League spot, even if Chelsea doesn't win that Conference League, one thing that Enzo Maresca got right, spot on, as soon as he got to Chelsea, was take that number 7 off Sterling, give it to Neto, and say, you do not have a future here. And no one can argue that decision now because he is absolute shit. That 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 final. I hope that's his last game he's ever played for us because that ball. I think it was Martinelli who crossed that ball, and man just let it go out of bounds. Man didn't make a sliding attempt. Man didn't swing a foot. He just let the ball. I was like, this right here is why I do not want to see. And he is playing over Ethan, and Ethan must see that and be like, yo, coach, what's going on? Like, what is going on? Absolute madness. Gary says, let me lead with I wanted to see the season manager, but getting upset with Arteta for not winning, for not being the best manager in his first 6 years. Managing is tough. Managing is tough. I agree. Very few managers in their first 6 years can win what we want. Gary, I hear that. I hear that. However, we didn't ask him to win the Premier or the Champions League straight out. You came in the job and won the FA Cup within 6 months. Challenge for one of those. We haven't even got to a final. Getting knocked out of the Champions League to a championship team in Forest. Forest was in the championship that year. They knocked us out of the cup. That's inexcusable. And if the job was too big for you, go manage somewhere else. Don't take it. Don't accept a big job and then get critical of people criticizing you for failing in a big job.
You know, for me as well, yeah, that a lot of people, I'm not talking about Gary, a lot of people downplay what Slot has done this season. Yes, he's inherited, some world-class players, but as a manager coming into that team, people are still looking at you thinking, well, boy, who is this? Who's this coming into my club, yeah? Do you know what I mean, yeah? Can he do the business? Can he not do the business, you know? Because the pressure is going to be on Slot as well, to perform as well. You know, it's not just that our manager has the pressure and other managers don't. The pressure would have been on Slot, you know, to perform.
Yeah.
So next season, the pressure is going to be on Slot even more because he's won a title now. So they're going to be like, well, what are you doing in the Champions League? You know, give us an FA Cup because they want that. Sorry, man,
but not only that, that's a great point. But not only that, right? What I fear for Liverpool fans, not fear for them, but like my Liverpool mates, because I've seen this happen with our club. What's going to happen is Slot is going to win this Premier League, right, on Saturday or Sunday, and then say he doesn't win next year or the year after, the narrative is going to be you won with Klopp's players. Once this player starts to leave and that player starts to leave and he starts to sign his own players and not winning, the narrative will change and the seat will get very hot. You won with Klopp's players. You won with Emery's players. The FA Cup was Emery's players. You've been in the seat 5 years. You have your own players and you haven't won, which is a fair criticism, but just be prepared for it. That's what comes with you being a part of being the manager of a big club. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I get it, Gary. And, you know what I'm saying? Comparing Arteta to winning managers is like comparing MLS in one area to season's players. We give them time. And why not Arteta? And as I've said, I don't want him. I wanted an experienced manager. Yeah, fair play.
No, but how much time do we give like Arteta? Because
I think he's
been in 6 years now.
Yeah. I think he's had enough.
He's not, you know, he's only won one FA Cup. Now, if we had gone through, you say, I don't know, if we not had the last 20 years of not winning like a Premier League, obviously for us, then that would be fine. But whoever comes into Arsenal, yeah, I don't care whether they're a rookie, whether they're world class. the expectation is always the same. Yeah, we all start on 0 points. Yeah, Arsenal have had the experience of coming second, or actually it's not confirmed yet. 2 seasons in a row. So the next step is to come first, and he's not done that this season. So we can talk about it takes time, it takes time, it takes time, but how many more years does it do we expect for this manager to achieve something? Scott's winning something in his first season. I'm sure Wenger won a cup, a double or something, a cup or FA Cup in his first couple of years. I don't know, don't quote me,
Yeah,
but
the cup double in '98. Well,
yeah,
the league
yeah,
title and the cup in '98. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's achievable. Managers, do come into clubs, and when we say give him time, yeah, why are we now just looking at a striker now? Why have we not invested in a striker? Why have we not? Why have we sat on our laurels and decided that, oh, Havertz is enough? Saka is enough. Yeah, no one challenges Saka. No one challenges this player. It's not good enough, man. Come on.
yeah,
But big up to Gary anyway.
yeah. Big up to Gary. The reality
Yeah.
is, this is the reality we're stuck with. Hopefully, Bertha has the power to make difficult decisions if they are needed. Yeah, bro. If he's not given the power to make difficult decisions, then why are you here? Why are you here, bro? You are the general manager. You should be able to hire and fire the coach. You're the
Mm.
director of football. You should be able to hire and fire the coach. It's quite simple. But, for me, Zinchenko, MLS, and one year are options alongside Rice and Odegaard. Now that's attacking football, but Arteta likes control. And when I hear control, I don't think attacking football. I think more defensive, more keeping the ball, more side passes. All three of those names are attacking players, and I think MLS would be the best fit in that left eight. The way he's able to, resist the press, control the ball, ride the challenges, draw fouls. Because we're gonna need that because we cannot be hitting misplaced passes in that midfield area to Fabian Ruiz and Bettina because one outlet pass to Dembele and Kvaratskhelia when we're out of shape, we are in trouble because we all know David Raya is gonna be on the damn arch.
Mm.
And if the ball turns over, bang bang, 2 passes and they're in. The assembles and Arsenal fans just wants a decent competitive team with a proper chance of winning trophies. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea, goddamn. And I'm gonna pause right there, the assembly. A decent chance of winning trophies, yes. The seemingly unrealistic demands come from the expectations the club has given the fans, i.e., be excited, i.e., knocking down Ivory to go compete with Bayern Munich. We're competing off the pitch. We just want to compete on the pitch because the off the pitch stuff doesn't benefit us. The off the pitch stuff buys Mr. Kroenke a new yacht or a new G6. We're concerned about what happens on the pitch on Tuesday. Now you put something out good on the pitch, and we're gonna cheer for it. Holla, we're gonna cheer for it, and we're gonna big up the team.
We shouldn't just be happy with being second and getting to a semi-final or Champions League. We should be happy with getting to a final and winning the damn thing. Let's be real, people. Yeah, we've been starved of success. Some of us are like in our 40s now.
Mm-hmm.
Starved. The last time we won a Premier League, I think my daughter was 1 year old. My daughter's 23 years old now.
Yeah, the world has changed since the last time we lifted the Prem, bro. But Arteta glasses are too foggy to see that at Godfrey. I wanted MLS and Nwaneri in the midfield since I've seen them perform out of position, i.e. Kivio. Yeah, fair play. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If we see this, I have coaching badges, but nowhere near the AFA, UEFA levels. So why can't he see it? Yeah, absolutely. Godfrey saying that's true. I agree. Bro, if he don't fix up, we could be out first leg. Because like I said,
we need to talk about Odegaard though, because this guy seems to just be able to walks into the team when he likes, have bad performance after bad performance, and no one's challenging him. No one's challenging this guy. And this
Mm,
saying about accountability, yeah. Odegaard probably walks off the pitch knowing that he's playing against PSG now, yeah. He
mm,
knows that he's playing against whoever the next game because it seems like we don't want to drop him.
yeah.
Now, what happened to coaches dropping players, yeah, that don't perform? I've seen Pep do it.
Mm,
You know, what has happened to this culture now of, oh, because he's the captain, we're just gonna still keep playing, and he's a lousy captain, by the way.
yeah.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, you're a player at Arsenal. Yeah, if you don't perform, then you should get dropped. Yeah,
Absolutely. And it's getting a free ride, bro. And it's getting a free captaincy. God forsake Villa City final. Yeah, I can see it. I can see. I actually think that would be a better spectacle, a better game to watch than Forest versus Palace, or either Forest and Villa. I think this would be actual, especially since this team they recently played and they have video and tape out on each other. Because I think Unai Emery will admit that he made a mistake putting the Sassy at right back to play against Jeremy Doku. That cost him that.
Mm.
So
See,
he must learn
what
from
are these
that.
these type of mistakes are
Yeah.
crucial.
Yeah, and I'm saying you don't need UEFA badges to say that that's a bad idea. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like you watch football long enough, to be like, bro, there's a reason why Chelsea gave him to you, man. The dog. How we doing, y'all? Big up, bro. Big up. Salute to you, man. Make sure you're hitting the like button, whether you're watching on Waffle TV or you're here at BBK Sports. Appreciate all 13 of y'all watching. And last season we beat them 5-0. Damn.
Wow.
Who we blamed 5-0 last season?
Who beat
Palace.
fight?
Palace. Was it Palace? Yeah. When we came back from Dubai, we were blitzing everyone, innit?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I remember
West
that.
Ham was holding 6.
Mm.
We came to the Emirates and they held 4. Yeah, we were. It was slap up time when we.
Slapping up teams, but
That's when we ran up our goal difference and our goal tally, scoring 91
mm,
goals. Great point, dude. Says the dog. He is well known for overthinking. Come on, Abs, dude. We don't want Villa to win. I don't have an axe to grind against Villa. I
I
remember
don't
that.
care who wins the FA Cup. To be
Yeah.
honest,
When
I
I
really don't
criticize
care.
Unai Emery, people say it's an axe to grind or it's an agenda. Nah, I just think that when someone manages your club, even though it was only 18 months, right? We watch him closer than other people would watch. So we seen the mistakes that he made at Arsenal. I remember, bro, we went to Watford one weekend and was getting peppered. Watford had like 22 shots at our goal. Like Unai Emery made some bad decisions when he was our manager, and we've seen him making some of these same mistakes at Villa. As PSG fans will tell you, he made a lot of mistakes when he was managing them, and he made those same mistakes when he came to us. Yeah. So I would not no problem if Villa actually wins it. Big up to Shane. Shane the Godfather. Appreciate you checking in, bro. I caught your stream this morning on the watch back. I can't catch you on the live, bro. It's 2 a.m. here, so I catch you on the watch back when you go live. But yeah, great stream, man. Great stream. Go check out some Shane Gooner's stuff. The Assemble said the difference is Liverpool have a well-run club, i.e., squad. So no matter who comes in Liverpool, they have an identity and expectations. What are Arsenal's expectations? Our expectations were to win the league when Man City fell off. City fell off. We haven't won the league. So expectation management. We have failed again. Community settings. Shane bigging up Godfrey. Godfrey bigging up Shane. Shane against the Arteta can't handle top quality forward players. He hates the idea of someone at the club being more popular than him. Isn't that like a clinical trait of narcissistic behavior? Like that Donald Trump syndrome. Like I have to be the man of the moment. I have to
Mm.
be the star. We can win, but it has to be my way. We can't just win. It has to be the way I want us to win. We have to control the game. right? We have to make sure we nullify. And then when he comes out of this press conference after we drop points, talking about how we dominated the game, then I go look at the actual stats and we had one shot on target. I'm like, what is this brother talking about? I don't want to hear about XG. And sometimes shots on target don't even tell you the whole story, bro, because it could be a tame shots from 30 yards and the goalkeeper picks it up because it's dead center down the middle of the goal. They count it as a shot on target. Meanwhile, if Ollie Watkins hits the post, it counts as off target.
Yeah.
It was closer to being a goal. It's mad, isn't it?
So is a penalty if it's on target and the keeper saves it? Is it counted as a miss?
It is. But you also get a 75% XG, 0.75 XG for a pen because penalties are
What?
75% of the time. Yeah.
Oh.
So if you do nothing all game and a team hits your crossbar 4 or 5 times, your XG will be on par because you had a 7.5% chance of, you know what I'm saying? So like these stats and these analytics, stat merchants, they come on now and your eye test. So you watch the game and you're like, nah, bro, the hell with the stats. I know what I'm seeing. Your eyes will never
Big up
lie.
to SG though as well, man. Big up to Shane Gooner though, man.
Yeah,
Make
man.
sure you guys go and sub to him, man.
Big up the shame. Big up the shame, man.
He's like the new Arsenal in history is more
Yeah,
because
bro. Yeah,
take you down the memory lane. I
yeah. I
like his
call him
shows,
a
man.
damn. He's a Guna encyclopedia. That I call him.
100%. Big up to Shane, man.
Yeah. What you think of this one, man? Because I've been out of the. Would you take Mateta as your starting striker right now?
Do you know what? I was one of the most. I used to cuss this Mateta guy. I used to hate the way he played and everything. Yeah, I still wouldn't take him, but I do respect his game.
Mm-hmm.
Respect your game now. I wasn't aware of your game. I respect it. Um, if it was a loan in January, I would have lapped it up. But nah, I think he will get a nice little move to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't take him personally. No, if there's better strikers in the market right now.
Bro, the thing is, when I when I think about Arsenal and the level of striker, I'm thinking, when there's a conversation being had about the best striker in the world, Arsenal
Yeah.
needs to be involved, bro. We're
Mhm.
talking about Thierry Henry. We're talking about Van Persie. We're talking. That's the level. That's the levels that I'm thinking. I'm at phase 5 or whatever phase we're in now. Mateta, good player, but we need a level raiser, bro. A level
Mm.
raiser. That's the level of striker that we need to get where we need to go to, bro. I think Mateta is more. I don't want to say a side pass from Havertz because I think he is better than Havertz, but I
Yeah,
don't think he's the level of striker that we need to be like. The top
he's
striker
he's yeah,
now.
he's good for what Palace needs.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know. Would he be good in a team? I don't know, man. I
yeah,
don't know
yeah. Would he be good in a team that plays the low block when he doesn't have acres of space to run into?
exactly.
Movement in the box, that type of stuff. I've yet to see that. But the top strikers in the world, we need to be in that conversation. Right now, we have to be quiet. Big up, Yaga P. We'll check you out later, my bro. Appreciate you checking in. At the dog, I wanted Mateta in the summer. He's a baller. Yeah, I think he's a baller. I don't think he's a bad player at all. But from the levels of strikers that we had when we actually used to win and compete at a high level, I don't think Mateta will ever hit those levels. I think he's like a Will Tort to an Henri. You know what I mean? When
Yeah,
Henri
yeah,
was injured
yeah.
in 2002 and we went to Old Trafford and still won the league at Old Trafford, you know what I mean? That type of cover. But I don't think he's.
He's only scored 14 goals, I think, this season as well. So
Yeah,
it's not like he's top. Ollie Watkins has got more goals than him. Whistler's got more goals than him.
yeah,
You know, he's not a top striker, but what he does give you is that physicality up top.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. He's a different profile.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Because Havertz is always on the ground. The assemblage Shane is going to be that's going to be difficult. Arteta's had a personality bypass operation years ago. Even as a player, he wasn't memorable. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't, bro. Arteta, man, bro. I just think he's gotten stale. He's ran his course. Sometimes you just need a new voice, bro. Like Jurgen Klopp isn't a bad manager. He just knew that he took this Liverpool team as far as he could, and they
Yeah,
needed a new voice. A
yeah.
new voice comes in, bang, walk the league with 79 points. Walks it. Just they just needed a new voice. No one can tell me that Jurgen Klopp is a bad manager. He's being linked to go to Real Madrid. They just needed a new voice, and they've got that new voice. And these men on Sunday, unless Tottenham does a worldie, these men are lifting the Premier League trophy on
Bro,
Sunday. And I think
Tottenham are
Tottenham,
gonna lay down. Remember that? Remember when we were going for the title, yeah, and they played Man City last season, and Son with that shot, that little pass to the goalkeeper.
oh my God.
That's
Yeah.
what they're gonna do. They're gonna lay down, man.
If you are a Spurs fan, do you even travel to Anfield for the away? Like, do you like seriously like text your Spurs mates and ask them, bro, are you man actually going to Anfield this weekend? No, just leave those away seats for the home fans because you men are gonna go there. You're 1-0 down off the coach. Nothing, bro. These men were in their own stadium doing the Poznan, and we were in Man City shirts last year when City came to their ground, so we wouldn't win the league. So for them to go to Anfield and win, they don't even need to. Well, Liverpool don't even need to win; they just need a point.
Mm.
So on Sunday, that's why I haven't even mentioned these games, bro, because these games to be predicted this weekends are they're dead. The only game of consequence are the games for European spots. You know,
Yeah, Liverpool gonna slap up Spurs, man. They're slap.
yeah. I got my prediction. I got Liverpool slapping them 4-2.
Yeah, they're gonna slap them up.
They'll be up 4
Yeah.
0 and then start to do
Mm.
olays, yays, yays, and then Spurs will get one, maybe even two. You know, Odegaard is just leading the press. His decision making is awful. Slows down the attack at times. Doesn't shoot. Almost no line breaking passes there. It must be instruction. You know, it must be
Must
instruction.
be
Don't shoot. Because I remember when the boy came on loan from his first loan, he actually used to shoot. I was like, man, this little guy
shoot
got some.
loads, and his shooting used to be decent as well.
Yep, I remember him going to Newcastle 2 years ago in the first title charge
Mm.
and scoring a
Snaps.
banger. Yeah, low.
Mm.
I know it beating
Mm.
Nick Pope. Nick Pope was having a fantastic season that year.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
I remember
Matter
that.
of
I
fact,
remember that.
Spurs away. You went to Spurs away, 25-yard shot, low and hard in the right corner.
Didn't he score like 15 goals in the season?
Yeah,
Odegaard?
yeah, bro. He's just stopped shooting. I don't know. It must be a mental block. There's something going on with the kid. The dog said I meant Palace beat Villa 5-0 at home last season. Did they?
Wow, I can't remember that.
Yeah, well, I know they beat him 4-1 this season. I don't remember the 5-0 last season.
Wow.
That's one of them ones. Yeah, so it just might be Palace is is their bogey team. Yeah, bro. Rice and Partey have been carrying our captain. It's shocking that
100%.
much, bro. And that's why I think Rice was so pissed off because he knows he has a shift coming up on
Mm.
Tuesday because there's no Partey, and whoever's going to be next to him going to have to, he's going to have to do at least 25%, maybe 50% more running.
You know, if it was me though, I would play. The only thing is that we lose something at the back though. But Miles Skelly would be the perfect guy, perfect partner for Declan Rice in midfield. But we've not played him there much because he can get up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But then we leave our left back slot vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. I think he will be doing a lot of inverting to relieve some pressure in that midfield because whenever Declan Rice breaks up the play, he will need to pass the ball to someone who can hold it. He passes to Odegaard, it's either going backwards or it's going to PSG. But MLS will actually hold the ball. He can route a challenge. He can draw a foul, and he can carry the ball. He can run with it. He can actually run with the ball. The dog says, "What do your Arsenal fans think about Ty from AFTV living off in Hillsborough?" Ty is a special character in of his own. I just, there were people who at AFTV in these YouTube spaces that I think are paid actors. I don't think Ty is one of them. I think he just really believes that craziness that he said. I really think he does.
I met Ty. I met Ty.
Sure, he's
like,
a good
like
lad.
Yeah, Ty's Ty, man. He's just, you know what? He's got the headphones. He's got all the Arsenal merch on and stuff like that. Same guy when you meet him in real
Jeez.
life.
Just the
Same guy.
consistency. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Shane Guna. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. People, if you're watching, Shane Guna, great content creator. Make sure you go over there and check him out as well.
Big up to the dog, man. The dog's he's a Palace fan.
Oh, he's a Palace.
Make sure you sub the dog, man.
Oh big up to the dog, man. Big up to the dog. Yeah, D's gonna be on smoke or never a foul if Palace get past.
Yeah. Oh man. But I hope you guys win it, man. I'd rather you guys win it than
Yeah.
City and Villa, to be honest.
Yeah.
South London
Istanbul,
repping.
Arsenal develop Henri, RVP, Anelka, and Bob Sanchez, Burke Perry. See those names? Those are the names that I want. That's the kind of effect I want when we talk about the Arsenal striker. So it's not a disrespect to Mateta. But when we sit down in the conversation now to talk about the best center backs in the world, we're in that conversation. The best right winger in the world, we're in the conversation. Striker, we have to be quiet.
Yes.
We can't say ish. We have to sit there and listen to Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Villa. And
the thing is, sorry to cut you. The thing is, if you don't go in for anyone now, you're leaving the door open for Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea to just grab these good players.
Mm-hmm.
You can't rely on Kai Havertz next season to be our number one striker and think that we're a big club.
No,
it's a joke.
No, absolutely not. Matter of fact, I want him sold.
Yeah.
And Yaga P says that's the thing, though. We have never bought a top striker apart from Alba and Laka on even Percy we created. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, bro. And the thing is, Alba was the last Golden Boot winner at this club. Oddly enough, was the last time we won a trophy. There's no coincidence there. It's a reason. It's an absolute reason. From Yaga, the raw materials to world-class standards are real coaching. Yeah. An art form that has been lost in the stats generation. And this thing, to add to this argument that the assembled just, when Man City was going through their rut, their 2-11 stretch, that's all I kept hearing from the modern fans was, wait till we get to January, so just buy. What about coaching the players that you have, bro? Like we never hear, let me try this, let me try that. This is the next transfer window. It's the next transfer window. Yeah, you coach the players that you have. That's why you get paid all this money, bro. We're not asking you to fly to the moon. The dog is a Palace fan. Yeah, bro. I have put 2 and 2 together. Big up to the, Selhurst Park was the first Premier League stadium I've ever went to.
I think he told me about that actually. Yeah.
That's when Righty was my. But bro, I had the worst seat ever. Man, had there was this thing. I couldn't even see the pitch, bro.
You know what? I remember the Palace versus Man United final, and obviously United won, man. But I think Righty scored a volley in that game. I think, if I can remember, it's a very good volley as well. It is a great match. It was a good game, man. But yeah, Palace were unfortunate not to win that game, but
yeah,
I still remember that game, man. It was a good game.
Yeah, bro. No more buying from Chelsea, bro. Matter of fact, no buying from City either.
Nah, no way.
I'm hearing like I don't know who asked the question this morning. I think someone asked in Shane Guna's chat, or it was View's chat, about KDB on a free. Would you take him? I'm like, I don't want any more City players, bro. Like, I don't want
none of these players, man. Listen, they're great players and stuff.
Yeah.
I want us to be, I want us to have that. We can buy players who we want, not rejects.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to have like sloppy seconds? I just don't want no sloppy seconds. I want players like Gyökeres to come into the team.
Do we not have a scouting department?
We got better now, innit?
Yeah, I'm saying, so if we have a scouting department, men getting paid hundreds of thousands of millions of pounds to scout players, because if all we're doing is signing ex-watched up players, bro, we can do that.
It makes you wonder, like, what was Edu doing, like, in his room at Arsenal? What did he actually do? What are these other guys that are leaving the club? Who's the guy that Berta's getting rid of? What's his name? He had a picture next to him and stuff like that. There's these guys are just sitting on 100K plus a year. And what are they actually doing at the club, man? What are they doing?
Yeah, bro.
Wasting time.
Yeah, it's the man them link up. You know what I mean? That's the man
Mm.
just linking up and just scamming a living, bro. All football says Palace fan here did a vlog on the game on Wednesday, and the Arsenal atmosphere surprised me in a good way. To be honest, all right. I guess I guess he's saying the atmosphere in the Emirates was good. I mean, the optic was a horrible watch again. Lots of empty seats
Mm.
in the game that was meant to be close, pushing for a winner at the end. But I haven't been to a game since 2016, bro. So I'm sure the atmosphere has changed since then.
Mm.
Second, second again, Ole, bro. Like Ab said, bro, second's not guaranteed, bro.
It's not guaranteed. I'm telling you, it's not guaranteed. But there's one thing I wanted to touch on. Yeah, I wanted to touch on this because I'm hearing a lot of noise. I'm hearing a lot of noise from a lot of people. And Geordie Dread, yeah,
Mm,
you can hear me now. I don't know where you are, but you're gonna hear me now. Yeah, big up to Geordie Dread, specs and all that in the
yeah,
building and stuff.
big
Yeah,
him up.
but I was hearing from him that it's Newcastle going to be look out for Newcastle next season. Newcastle are contenders. I'm hearing all this chat about next season. Now it's easy to say, yeah, that they're going to buy this, they're going to do that, and they're going to do this. Do you know what? Going against City isn't easy. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
for everyone. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Yeah. And I don't care how many new players you bring in, yeah. All it takes is Isak to get injured.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Callum Wilson as backup, yeah.
Was
One of your
always.
midfielders, and then you've got nothing up front. You've got nothing up front.
Mhm.
I don't believe that Newcastle are ready just yet. I'm not saying they're not a good team. I just don't think. I just think all of this chest, yeah, it's gonna ruin you because you've won a Carabao Cup. Big respect to you. But we've seen what clubs have done that have won Carabao Cups. Man United have regressed. Not saying that you're going to regress, but think about what you're saying when you talk about contenders. Yeah, you still have Arsenal. Yeah, no matter what you want to say about Arsenal, Arsenal are going to be up there because they've been in and around that for the last 3 seasons. You're going to have Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool ain't going to just drop off just like that. And obviously, you've got City. Those are the 3 teams that you're going to be competing against next season.
Mhm.
So, and it only comes down to 2 teams fighting in the title race when you look at it. It was us and Liverpool just went, "Meow," you know,
Mhm.
no pacemaker, just "Meow." There weren't no Newcastle, there weren't no City, there weren't no Forest. It was just between us two. It's
Yeah.
always a 2 horse race, and it's the last 3 seasons it's been Man City and Arsenal. This
Mhm.
season it was Liverpool and Arsenal. Do you think it's going to be Newcastle and Man City next season?
Yeah.
I put that question out to you, Geordie.
Yeah, Specs, you've been charged.
In
Yeah,
charge, man.
Newcastle.
Isn't he? He's got a show tonight, isn't he?
I think he does. Yeah, we'll be in this chat.
Hey, do you know what? I'm going out tonight, and he's. I think he wanted to invite me on one of his shows, and I need to get on his show because I need to have this conversation.
Yeah, I got you, man. But the thing is, yeah, like you said, we've seen man win that Carabao and get and actually regress when it was meant for you to kick on after winning a trophy.
Mm.
But it goes back to this. I think this was a fantastic comment earlier from the assembly. And I said the difference is Liverpool is a well-run club because they won the
Yes.
EFL last year and did
Mm.
what you're supposed to do after you win the EFL after a bad season. You kick on.
Mm.
You kick on and you go do bigger and better things. Or you can be Man United and you go from third to eighth to 15th.
Mm.
You have to be careful. Have
You
to
know
be.
the worst thing as well. They didn't. Who did they buy? They only bought that Italian dude. That's all they
Well,
bought this season.
Tonali. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they bought. Not Tonali, the guy for Liverpool.
Oh, Chiesa.
That's
Yeah.
all they bought this
Yeah.
season.
And he doesn't even play. You know what I mean? So they bought him and he doesn't even play. So
They
and that's
have a good squad. They have
yeah,
a very good squad of
yeah.
players.
And that's exactly what I was alluding to when I said nothing was wrong at Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp just knew he could not take that team any further. And he admitted that and said, I'm leaving.
Mm.
Now Arteta has too much ego to admit that I cannot take this club any further. So he's gonna milk it and milk it.
Milk it, get
And
that
he's gonna
dough.
get toxic before he gets sacked. And by then we will be probably worse or as bad as when he took over.
Back,
He had to
back,
start all.
high wages again, back to where he was. But the thing is, the only thing that on this day, as we're talking, we have a semi-final that we don't know what's going to happen. If we get to that final, then it's about hoping and dreaming now.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
let's see where we go in it next
Yeah.
Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. Let's see where we
Tuesday
go.
for the first leg, Wednesday for the second leg.
Yeah.
When Robin went to Chelsea and was the talk of the transfer window, Wenger signed RVP on a quiet scouting and coaching. Hey, man,
Look at that. See.
fantastic point. Fantastic.
Mm.
This is why the Assemble is a valued member of the community, you know? We need
Is
it.
he the third highest paid or the second highest paid? I
Third.
thought I take the second,
Third.
third.
Third. So it's Pep, Simeone, and then Arteta.
Simeone gets 15 million a season.
Simeone is up there. I don't know. I don't know what his numbers are, but I think it's Pep, Simeone.
Nah, I don't think he's as much as Arteta, you know. Simeone is on about 10, 11 million, I think.
Let me look it up.
Arteta's on 15.
Yeah.
If I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
I know
Sorry.
Simeone is the highest paid person at Atletico. Simeone salary.
Arteta's second, man. Arteta's getting 15 mil a season, man. For what? I don't know. That's what the whole.
So Arteta is third because Simeone is the highest. He's higher than Pep.
What?
Yeah.
Is he? No way.
He's higher than Pep.
Serious? Yeah. How much is Simeone on? 18?
I gotta look. I have to do the conversion because this is showing me US dollars, and it's 40 million US dollars. So this is like 20-something million pounds.
Wow.
Simeone is well paid. He is a boss. He is a mobster. He is a mobster, though. Let's see if I can get it.
I didn't know. I thought Pep was the highest paid, you know.
And it would rightfully so. So Simeone is on 26 million euros. Yeah.
So that's probably about 23
so Simeone,
million.
26 million. Then it's Guardiola on 20 million pounds.
Yeah.
And then our beloved Mikel on 15.6.
You're right, Godfrey. Fair play.
And then you have to go to Saudi to find the fourth manager. Saudi. Yeah, and you know they print money over there. Yeah.
So Eddie Howe, he's probably on some chump change right now, yeah?
Oh, Eddie Howe is a papa. I don't even think he's on the top 20 list because I only have the top 20 list in front of me. And there's some names on there, bro. It is some names on here. Don Carlo is on 8. Moise at Everton, 12.
Nah, I don't believe you. Moise is on 12.
He's doing a fantastic job, by the way.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. Moise is on 12.
Moise is on 12.5. I think that's based on his experience as a manager. He has a long CV, you know, because
he won the cup though, didn't he? He won the UCL thing, innit? The conference.
Yeah, but the thing is, Everton was not in a good position to negotiate when they fired Sean Dyche anyway. Right? They were in the ruts. So, and plus, I don't think they have any players on high wages, so they can play. Luis Enrique is on 9.
How's David Moyes on more than Enrique?
Slot's on 6.4 million pounds, bro. Slot's on less than Everim. Slot, yeah. Arne Slot is on 6.4. Yeah, that is mad.
That's crazy.
That is mad.
That is crazy. We're gonna have to have a show about that. Because...
Oh man, yeah. Arteta is the third highest paid. He's not walking away from that, bro. He is not walking away from that. Yep. Godfrey here with the fact. Pep is, and that's the fact. Another fact. Yeah. I don't know, bro. But you know, I don't know when the fiscal year for football rolls over.
Mm.
But
how has Simeone won anything recently? Has he won, or is it just that he's been there for a long time and the longevity?
So he won La Liga in 2023 or 2022 that year when they had signed Suarez, when everyone thought Suarez was done, they won it that year, and they had won it in 2013 or 14 in the midst of Barca and Madrid dominating. So with a fraction of the budget, so he has he has that aura about him as I
Yeah,
am
he
the
is a top manager. He is a
yeah,
top manager.
he's competing with these two mammoths, and then he's able
Mm,
to steal two league titles and
mm,
put some pretty good Champions League runs together. So
mm,
yeah,
mm, mm, mm,
I hear it.
mm.
The club has pretty much said we trust you with our club, compete,
Yeah,
win here and there, but
he's not leaving there, is he? He's not
nah,
leaving, is he?
yeah, unless someone pries him away with you know
Massive.
massive, yeah. And the thing is, right? So Atletico as a club, as a board, pays Simeone that money and say, okay, you're going to be the shield between us and the fans. We're going to pay you handsomely.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Monkeys
yeah,
have
yeah.
done the same with Arteta.
No one don't mess with Simeone in it. No one don't mess with
Oh,
Simeone in it.
yeah, bro, he's a gangster, on a football pitch, bro. He's a mobster. That's what I call him. Yeah, Simeone won last La Liga. Yep, yeah, they sure did. They won it, man. And so everyone thought Suarez was done. And they had
Tore it up.
Yeah, they did a madness, and I watched Suarez in the MLS game last night, bro, and it was painful.
Yeah, was he balling out?
Nah, bro, it's painful watching him.
Oh no!
It's painful watching him run, my
You might
bro.
have KDB though back in it in the MLS. I'm not back, but might see KDB in the MLS next season, innit?
Yeah, so
Or
the
he still
MLS,
thinks he's got something. He still thinks he's got something in the Premier League.
no, no,
You might as well just you know what? Go to MLS, you enjoy some time in Florida or Orlando or wherever. Just chill out, you
yeah,
know.
I don't think he has anything left, bro. I seen Pep at the press conference cry about it, where we can never replace him. Yes, you can. You went about Holland 2 months later. You know what I'm saying? You knew exactly who you were replacing him with. Yeah, and I've seen you have Kuhn on your bench fit before and play Jesus and play false nines before. So, come on, man. Arteta, he taught Mikel well, Man, they need to
Mm.
play poker. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, he is third on the list, my bro. Griezmann Griezmann still has won a league with Atletica. He was at Barca, and when he returned to Barca, they won the league. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember they made a meme, man, just jumping back and forth and missing the titles. It's been a weird career for him, being loaned from Atletico to Barca. It's a weird one. Like it's like an agent. It's like an
Do
agent,
you know
but
Barcelona are such a good? They've got such good players in their team, man. They got
mm,
so many ballers, man. Like Pedri. Who's the one that plays? Who's the equivalent to Odegaard who plays for them? What's his name? That Dutch guy. What's his name?
Frankie De Jong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you take him?
yeah, I absolutely would. He's fantastic, man. His ball carrying ability, he can play make. Yeah, he's a good player, man. He's a
Mm.
fantastic player. Yeah, so that's what we got waiting on the other side of PSG, bro. But I do think Inter
Oh,
will. I think Inter will beat him though.
you think so?
hmm I think Inter is a nasty team to play against, but I'd actually prefer to play Barca, bro. We could actually play football. That Inter, bro, they are
Why
nasty.
you say they're nasty for? Why you say it like that? Is it
They're like
because of
they're
them
like the
horrible?
Italian version of Atletico, man. They are so
Oh,
experienced. They will not let you play football. They will not let you grow into a game. If they see you start to bop the ball around,
yeah,
they just know how to take the sting out of a game. Yeah, bro. And I don't think they're gonna get back to another final in 2 years and let it slip again because Man City
yeah, yeah,
barely beat them.
yeah,
Man
yeah,
City barely
yeah.
beat them in 2023. 2020.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to. Plus, they already beat us in the Champions League when we went there. You know,
Was that two? Was it 2-1 or
that was 1-0 the
1-0?
penalty.
One
That was
0.
then.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they can be stinky when they want, innit?
yeah,
Stinky,
yeah.
low block.
For the same reason why I wanted Real Madrid over Atletico is the same reason I'd rather play Barca over
Would you rather play this Barca team though? Because this Barca team got some ballers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rafinha,
Yeah, they do.
Pedri,
Yeah.
Yamal.
But I trust our wing backs. I trust our
Yeah,
fullbacks against any wingers in Europe. They have
yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
they have proven to me this year that I can trust them.
Mm,
Because I know everyone is shitting on Vinny now, and everyone is shitting on Mbappe now, and Rodrigo
yeah,
now, acting like they're not good players. Bro, we made him shit. We made him look bad
yeah.
because I trust Timber. Timber has been fantastic this year.
Immense. If he gets injured now,
Oh man,
I've
so
got no hope. I've
yeah,
got no hope.
yeah, he gets injured now, bro. I don't
But
know what.
let's not even think about that.
But the thing is, Saturday you probably should do a watch along for that Copa del Rey final, bro. Classico.
Is it? Is it right on Saturday?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Okay, 8 o'clock in it probably.
Right around there, because you remember that. You remember the Atletico and that watch that 4-4 watch along you did. Remember that game? That Atletico.
Oh, that game, man, it was
Yeah, that was a
wicked.
banger. That was a
Yeah, yeah,
banger.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I probably might do a watch along then tomorrow then if it's the
yeah. So
finals.
if dead football in the Premier League this weekend, at least you can go over to La
Mm,
Liga and catch
mm,
a final of some fantastic ball.
mm.
So watch Vinny and Rodrigo light it up, and everybody be like, "Oh, why couldn't they do that against Arsenal?" Because Timber locked them up. That's why.
100%,
You know what
100%.
I'm saying?
No, they don't need that final. They need Arsenal in the final, man. Come on, the assembled, man. We need to win this final, bro. Come on.
Damn, Holland is
Five,
in.
5-2-5.
Hey,
Whoever
that's
got in that
how
deal must
important
be
goals are.
happy.
That's how important goals are. Yeah, Inter lost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
Inter.
No, yeah,
Yeah, I think Napoli is going to beat them to the league title. Another
maybe.
Antonio Conte masterclass.
Maybe. No, we don't need it. We need Arsenal in the final, yeah, to stink it out and to win, yeah, and to so we can pepper these fans, these rivals, yeah, that have been cursing us for the last how
Yeah,
many years,
yep,
yeah.
we need that.
Let's do a grease in it, a grease in the final, in it, and just win it, just win
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we absolutely need that. But brother Abs,
Yes, my brother.
rapid fire through these games, man, because they're a complete consequence. I got 4-2 Liverpool, the
As this
Spurs.
Premier League,
Yeah,
oh, against Spurs, 4-1 Spurs. I mean, it's not Spurs. I mean, 4-1 Liverpool. I don't know. I got it wrong.
that happens meltdown. Yeah, that means Liverpool would have to then go to Chelsea and win the league.
No, no, no. 4-1, 4-1 Liverpool. I think Liverpool are gonna smack them up.
Bournemouth, Man United.
Or is this at this is gonna be at home, isn't it? I think Bournemouth beat Man United
Yeah, Bournemouth are at home.
2-0.
Yeah,
2-0.
I'm going 2-1, 2-1 Bournemouth. Yeah. Newcastle, Ipswich.
Newcastle 3-1. Or 3-0. 3-0.
3-0. I'm going 3-0. So the other team that's jockeying with position for European spots with Newcastle, Chelsea, Everton. Chelsea are at home.
2-2 draw.
Yeah. I think Chelsea shithouser win. You know,
Mm.
yeah, I think they some Enzo late run in the box or something.
Yeah, because they're still fighting for that top five spot, aren't they?
Yeah, it is tight.
But
Bro.
Everton could be Everton, man. Seriously, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go 2-2 still though. I'll go 2-2
Sure. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. The other games are dead. I won't even waste my time with the other. It's like Southampton and West Ham and shit.
Southampton relegated now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're relegated. Leicester are down. I think Ipswich are just holding on by a goal difference miracle.
Are they still in the top three? Are they? Oh,
Yeah.
they're out. They're out.
I think one more point and they're done.
Who's above them?
West Ham,
Ipswich.
but
West Ham.
it's a massive difference though. It's just that mathematically their goal difference is still keeping them alive.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be done and dusted this weekend. God forbid, I don't care what football deserves. I want my team winning it. Get in, of course.
Yes.
We need that, bro. So I've already told the masses. You know, we do PSG on Tuesday, convincing and close the tie in the first leg with a convincing win. I am booking my ticket to Munich, bro. I have.
Wow. Serious.
Yeah, still have friends there. Still have some great colleagues there in Munich.
Mm.
Because I think if we win the first leg convincingly, 4-1, 3-0, we're through. So I like our chances.
Well, I might have to join you, mate. I might have to meet you over there. Real talk.
Over there, man. It's mad over there, man. It's a great place to host. Great place to host. Stink out of final. Yep. Hey, whoever we get, if we get there, I'm all for it. One-off game. I'm all for it. Big up. But bro, you're gonna do that watch along, the Classico. Or you gonna think about it?
Yeah, probably. Depends if the missus hasn't dragged me out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man, I'm still in the holiday kind of like mode, innit? So I don't like staying in too much. But
Bro,
yeah, if I'm not doing anything tomorrow, I might do the watch along. So come along if you're about
these YouTube spaces, bro, because you know Yeah, the content is needed. But yeah, man, that's what it is. Appreciate you hopping on, my bro. I'm gonna get my day started at
Oh
3 o'clock.
yeah, my
Okay,
day's half an
okay,
hour and I'll
man.
finish.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
man.
your days are finishing. I am just rising, bro. It's a fantastic day outside, bro. So
Oh man,
it's
beautiful.
fantastic. The weather is lovely. I think you might have some nice weather as well.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's quite bright outside today. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But what are you near? Are you near any beaches or sea, or you inland?
I'm by water, but because I'm way north, the water is not very warm yet.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it makes for some great red snapper fishing, but
Ooh.
yeah, some red snapper fishing and crab and all that. It's like
Oh,
right there, right
lovely.
walk to it. But yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
around July, August, it gets warm enough for us to take a dive. But now it's just it's fantastic weather outside on the land, not the water yet.
Brilliant. I love that. I love to hear that, man.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go subscribe to my brother Waffle Don. Yeah, I said he was one sub away from 600. Hopefully, when I go log on, I'll make sure I see 600 subscribers on my brother's page. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we
Peace.
are out.